Hi, I'm going to do a Bible study. Anyway, I'm watching this movie on Tubi. If you don't have Tubi, get it on your television. It's free. It's an awesome channel. They have so many great movies and great documentaries on music and action movies, all types of stuff. I'm watching Killer Joe right now. Let me turn it off. I'm going to pause it because I'm going to do a Bible study. So buckle up, like Jacob Israel says. Just get ready. I'm going to read from the book of Luke, chapter 9. And I'm going to read half of it. It's a long chapter. Oh, that's a long chapter. I'm going to read half of it. And he called the 12 together and gave them the power and authority over all demons and to cure diseases. And he sent them out to proclaim the kingdom of God and to heal. And he said to them, take nothing for your journey, nor staff, nor bag, not bread, nor money, and do not have 2 tunics. And whatever house you enter, stay there, and from there depart. And whenever they do not receive you, when you leave that town, shake off the dust from your feet as a testimony against them. And they departed and went through the villages, preaching the gospel and healing everyone. Now Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was happening, and he was perplexed, because it was said by some that John had been raised from the dead, by some that Elijah appeared, and by others that one of the prophets of old had risen. Herod said, John I beheaded, but who is this about whom I hear such things? And he sought to see them. On their return, the apostles told him all that they had done, and he took them and withdrew apart to a town called Bethsaida. When the crowds learned it, they followed him, and he welcomed them and spoke to them of the kingdom of God and cured those who had need of healing. Now the day began to wear away, and the 12 came and said to him, send the crowd away to go into the surrounding villages and countryside to find lodging and get provisions, for we are here in a desolate place. But he said to them, you gave them something to eat. We have no more than 5 loaves and 2 fish, unless we are to go and buy food for all these people. For there are about 5,000 men. And he said to his disciples, have them sit down in groups of about 50 each. And they did so, and had all them sit down. And taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, and said a blessing over them. Then he broke the loaves, and gave them to the disciples to set before the crowd. And they all ate and were satisfied. And what was left over was picked up 12 baskets of broken pieces. Now it happened that as he was praying alone, disciples were with them, and he asked them, who do the crowd say that I am? And they answered, John the Baptist. But others say Elijah, and others that one of the prophets of old has arisen. Then he said to him, but who do you say I am? And Peter answered, the Christ of God. And he strictly charged and commanded them to tell this to no one, saying, the Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and on the 3rd day he will be raised. And he said to them, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. For what does it gain, profit a man, if he gains the whole world, and loses or forfeits his soul? For whoever is ashamed of me and my words, of him will the Son of Man be ashamed when he comes in his glory and the glory of the Father and of the holy angels. But I tell you truly, there are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the kingdom of God. Reading from the book of Luke. Anyway, what I gather from that is God will provide. If you're holy, there's discernment. Yes, we want things comfortable, but God will always provide. You'll always have your next coffee, your pop. I know a lot of people are out of work, so let that comfort them. The God's always